stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
The economy continues to be very strong. The wages are strong. And despite the slight slowdown in the first quarter GDP number, this is still a relatively strong economy.
Inflation's not out of control anymore. Unemployment is rising, but still very low.
If we continued what we're doing right now, in 9 budget years, 10 budget years, 36% of all tax receipts, every tax receipt, goes just to pay interest.
Now, that's the only truth right there. It's amazing to listen to these people. I mean, they come out and just bold-faced lie. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the July 4th kickoff. That's right. Normally, the presidential race, it actually starts July 4th. That's really the official date, because that's when people start paying attention to what's going on in the race. And I hope this year, or starting this week as we celebrate our independence, that people really start thinking about what's going on and stop listening to these idiots that they just give us this nonsense, how great things are going. They're not going well. I mean, how can it be going well when we have personal bankruptcies are up 17%? And we have a historic amount of people with these emergency 401k withdrawals. You know, most people fail to remember how we got here. And if you take and just look back, and again, I hope people aren't in denial. This is the thing that bothers me the most. Like in the stock market, everybody's in denial. The market's never going to come down again. This is much different than in 2008. Not going to happen. This is much different. And it's the same thing when I watch these people on TV who say, well, I need to see one more debate because I got to make a decision after one more debate. And I'm saying to myself, talk about being in denial after 40 years and the destruction that's been done to our country. You need another debate? I mean, think about it. 30 days after the pandemic, President Trump grew the economy 30%. He started to grow the economy 30%. I'm talking about the last quarter of 2020. Can you imagine? He grew the economy 30%. In other words, the GDP went up 7%. What are you, nuts? Who could do that? That's a 70-year record. And then, remember, Trump recovered 70% of our losses due to what was going on with the pandemic. So he turns around and hands that off to a fellow by the name of Biden. And what does Biden do? Well, Biden takes over an inflation of 1.4%, a GDP of 7%, a debt of 27 trillion, and deficit of less than $1 trillion. How nice is that? But then after 4 years, what do we see? Inflation has more than doubled. What, are you nuts? Doubled. That's crazy. So, and then from 1.4 to 3.2, that's a 40-year high. Under Biden, our GDP dropped from 7% to 1.4%. What are you, nuts? Debt has increased from 27 trillion under Trump to 35 trillion under Biden. That's a lot of money. Deficits increased 900 billion to 1.3 trillion. And deficits, by the way, all those people are saying, oh, the 5 or 6 tech stocks that are never going to go down again, the Magnificent 7 stocks. Well, I hate to break the news to you. Deficits, remember, slow down the economy. And when you slow down the economy, you're slowing down earnings of these big tech companies. And we're already seeing that effect. In fact, if you look at your chart, if you go and look at NVIDIA, everybody who's in love with NVIDIA, I mean, most people haven't even discovered what's going on with NVIDIA. I can put it up for you, and you can see it right here on my chart, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, something happened on, let's say, on March 8th. On March 8th, we had a candlestick that shows a reversal, a key reversal. Now, as you get a candlestick where you have a high, the stock market runs right up one day, real big high on one day. And then the next day, it opens up below the previous day's low. That's called a reversal. And take a look. NVIDIA pulled back about 22%. It's happening again now. Do you remember on June 20th, Thursday, people went nuts. NVIDIA made an all-time new high. You had what we call our tourists coming in, not knowing what they do, and they bought right at the top. They bought NVIDIA at the very peak, 675 or 55 million shares. That's an all-time record. Are you nuts? At the very, very top. And what happened? See, we tell our subscribers when something like that happens and a stock takes off, you sell into it, you start taking profits. These people didn't do it, which we call tourist traders. They bought right at the top. And then the very next day, it had another key reversal. And we're still in that key reversal. And since the high of that day of June 20th, we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days and still has not made it back to that high. Do you know how unusual that is for NVIDIA? So if you take a look at the March 8th candlestick and NVIDIA chart, you can see what's coming. It has a high probability, NVIDIA, to go much lower. That's right. They're going to try to run that up. I would not buy NVIDIA again unless it broke out clearly above the high of about 141. Then I start buying. But if you start buying now, today on the dip, you're out of your mind, because that stock can drop a lot more. Just take a look again. Just go look at March 8th chart. It pulled back a bit, just like it's doing. It started to rally, just like it's doing again. But when we had that one rally, remember, it went up and tried to get above that March 8th high. It failed. It failed on March 25th and pulled back about 22%. So if you compare, and you should, if you're in NVIDIA, you should really go take a look at that NVIDIA candlestick on March 8th, which was a key reversal candlestick and gave you a 22% pullback. That's a good lesson for now. If you're in there buying NVIDIA now on a dip, you gotta be nuts. Wait for it to break out. But I hope this July 4th you have a good time, but I also hope you really think about what's going on. Don't be in denial about the president or the economy.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
The American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true.
It is true. Now, it's not the spending. He's right about that. It's the printing of money to spend creates the inflation. Pretty clever. In fact, if you remember, his right-hand man, this Jared Bernstein, they asked him the question about that. Why don't we just keep on borrowing money? I mean, printing money. Why do we borrow it? Yeah, I think I have his cut. Here, right here.
There is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to, yeah.
He didn't know. So, and he's the top advisor to the president. So when the president comes out and the president says, we're inflation, it's not caused by spending. No, it's caused by the money you're printing to spend because you don't have any money. I mean, the government is broke. Its net worth is negative. The U.S. government net worth is at a negative 20 trillion because the national debt is growing 35% faster than the economy. And from the time you go to bed to the time you wake up in the morning, your feet hit the floor, the government's in a hole, another 1.5 trillion. Deficits. Debt and deficits are the killer. And nobody thinks about that. When you have deficits, you're slowing the economy down. You're slowing the economy down. You're slowing down earnings, as I said a moment ago, especially the big tech companies. And that's why these big tech companies can start tanking. But everybody believes, oh, no, it never happened, never happened. Well, if you keep on hitting these earnings, and these earnings are shrinking big time. Because why? Because we spend more than the revenues we take in. Those are deficits. And deficits kill the economy, it kills earnings, and that will take your stock, and especially the 10 biggest tech stocks that you depend on, those will start tanking at some point. Today, no, but they could. So if you take a look at what Biden has done, I mean, you really got to think this over. After 4 years of inflation, think about it, he's more than doubled our inflation. He's doubled it from 1.4 to 3.2, more than double. And then again, when you look at the deficits, in 2022, the national debt was 21 trillion, interest was 476 billion. Now you take a look at 2023, the national debt went up to 33 trillion. Interest rates had a 30% increase. We are paying 36% more interest payments in 2023 than we do 2022. 2022, we were paying $475 billion in interest payments on our national debt. 2023, $658 billion. 2024, we're up about $728 billion. So if I take between $476 billion and $728 billion, that's probably about an increase of 40% maybe? That's insane. 70%. We're a 70% increase in what we have to pay interest on the debt that these guys are causing because they're spending more than their revenue coming in. What, are you nuts? And you don't think that's going to hurt the stock market? No. Everybody says, no, it's not. Nothing's going to hurt the stock market. It's different this time. Really? See, another thing, most people don't realize that we've got the worst kind of inflation. The worst kind of inflation. It's hard to fix. And what's the worst kind of inflation? When you're printing money, which creates the inflation, for programs that are really Marxist, socialist programs like the LGBTQ omnibus bill, the green energy, the American Rescue Plan. the Inflation Reduction. All those are all his monetary policies. And before those policies, which are all real socialist, Marxist kind of bills and programs, we were doing pretty good. Matter of fact, we're doing really good. I mean, think about it. We had 1.4% inflation. Our economy was growing at 7%. We only had $27 trillion in debt and $900 billion in deficit. That's insane. But now this guy doubled all that, more than doubled that. So for everybody who says, oh, it's different this time, the market will never come down, remember, deficits slow down the economy, and then it slows down the earnings of your stocks. Now, these programs, the American Rescue Plan, Inflation Reduction Act, the LGBTQ Omnibus Bill, these are extremely inflationary. This is the worst inflation because it doesn't produce anything. It's not producing anything. When the government puts out $2, it should get back $2.50. When the government puts out $2, they're losing $1.50. They lose money because it's going to stuff like this crazy stuff. Michelle Obama hiking trail. So if you're out there that's just July 4th and you're looking around for Michelle Obama's hiking trail to have a hot dog or a cookout, you gotta be nuts. You know how much you paid for that stupid hiking trail? $6.3 million for a hiking trail. Insane. $200 million Biden spends for the gender gender equity and equality action fund. What the hell is that? Unbelievable. So let's take a look at some stocks. So there's only a handful of stocks out of 5,000 stocks, not the S&P 500, out of all 5,000, only a handful of stocks are doing well. All the other stocks aren't doing well. And we'll take a look at these stocks when we come back, especially the tech stocks. And that's why you've got to learn how to sell short, because the market at some point will go down. But in the meantime, I'll tell you what to do.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro, Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. What does it take to be a successful investor in the stock market? Developing your skills and learning from an expert like Phil Grande and philsgang.com.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated to learn how to invest in stocks properly. It's like anything else. You're going to golf, or you're going to learn how to play tennis, ski. You need to be with someone. Learn off of them, one-on-one. Now, that can be really expensive, cost thousands of dollars. But I have a program that you can join for 10 days free.
Go to philsgang.com and sign up for a free 10-day trial. Phil Grande has developed tools to teach you how to invest in stocks properly. Not only when to buy stocks, but how to sell stocks short.
85% of people in the market lose money. Get out of that group by just joining Phil's gang.
Now you can learn to invest like a pro with a pro, Phil Grande. Take advantage of this special offer for a free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Try it. 10 days free.
That's philsgang.com.
philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, we keep hearing about how that you're not going to pay any taxes, any more taxes, if you make less than $400,000. That's just plain lie. It's not true at all. Because inflation, everything goes up. So you are. I mean, when you are increasing consumers or gasoline's going up, that's a tax. That's a hidden tax. Groceries are still up 22% since Biden's been in office, or since he became president to today. That's a tax. Because it's not under the category tax. What do you think it is? It's a tax. Rents are still up 18% since the day he took office. That's a tax. So your gasoline, your groceries, your electricity. Electricity is a killer. Those are all taxes. They're just hidden taxes. See, the worst thing that he ever did was put those socialist bills in place. And the biggest socialist bill, and where we're really getting caught, is the omnibus bill and the Inflation Reduction Act bill. Those two there are costing us a fortune. So going back to the stock market. Now, I'm not telling you not to buy NVIDIA. My gang members have been in NVIDIA. We bought NVIDIA. The last time we bought it was on May 9th. And we also bought it on May 15th. And we took profits when everybody else started to go crazy on June 20th. We were up about, between anywhere between 40 and, about 35 and 50%, depending on where they got in. So 35 to 50%. But when that stock rallied on June 20th, and then we saw the next day had a key reversal. Thank God that day we sold into it. I told my members, when you have a big move like this, sell into it because the big institutions are going to pull their money out. And they did. And the biggest problem right now with NVIDIA, if you jump in now, you're going to get hurt. You got a higher probability of getting to 200 from 140 than where it is today from 128. Because from 128 on NVIDIA to 140, those are all sellers in there. You got to get through all those sellers. You got to buy them out. That's tough to do. That's called overhang. That's a tough thing to do. So NVIDIA, I've been telling my members, let's wait. Remember, we did very well. Let's say on average we had a 35 to 40% return. Because I don't know when all my gang members get in, so I average it. If somebody got in when we told them to get in, and got out when we told them to get out, they'd be up about 50%. Now, that's NVIDIA. Now, let's take a look at the other stocks that are holding up the entire stock market. There's only a few of them, okay? So we got, let's take Tesla. Now, Tesla, that has shot straight up from $200 to where we are today, $246, straight up. Do you know how many people are going to lose money on Tesla? Because it's gone up 23% in about 3 days. Now, I had my members buy Tesla on July 1. July 1. I said, let's buy this because they're going to rally it. Now we had a rally. What did you say, about 20%? So we got them a 20% profit. So we told them, sell into it, just like NVIDIA. When NVIDIA had that one big huge day, sell into these things, because when you look on your chart, especially if you put it on what we call a line chart, that means on a straight line going up, you have no buy signals. You have no, like we call it, V symbols or W's or engulfing. You don't have any buy signals. It's pure momentum. And when you got pure momentum and no buy signals, that's where guys like me and hedge fund guys come in and want to short that stock against you. And that's how those stocks start collapsing or start correcting. So anytime that you got a big move like we did, make sure, okay, you sell into them. You can do that by being a gang member. Check it out. Just go to my site, philsgang.com. So that's Tesla. So NVIDIA, you got to be very, very careful with right now. Don't jump in and buy it now on the dip. Wait till it makes the new high, as I told you. Let it take out the high of June 20th. Tesla, we're taking profits. Then when it pulls back and makes another new high, then we'll consider getting in. NTAP. Now that stock's been a beautiful stock, okay? And that's part of the same family of NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. That's been a beautiful stock. If you got into that stock at around 106, today it's around 130. And we had a 22% gain on that, because if you're using the Pro 2 color-coded chart, which is there to help you make money, it will assist you in your charts. It will tell you, when you look at your charts, you have no clue which way the money's going. But we designed, it identifies, is money going in, is money, you can see it. So on May 8th, it turned green. And we have what we call a crossover, or what we call a sweet spot. We had two beautiful buy signals. But what do you do now? Do you go in and buy it at the top now? Yes, you can do that. That's called a power stock. Okay, a power stock, because there's nobody above it. There's no sellers. But you got to be very, very careful. When you buy a stock that went from 106 to 130, that very high, now it's made an all-time new high, you don't have any sellers above you. So if you still got good volume, that means it can go much higher. But it's all based on volume. And another thing you need is what they call relative strength. Instead of buying it today, or like same thing with Tesla, don't go buy Tesla today. Don't go buy nvidia today. Don't go buy NTAP, NetApp Inc. today. Let the market go down 300-400 points. And when the market goes down 304 points or 500 points, and those stocks don't go down, then you buy them because they have relative strength. You make decisions to buy stocks not by what these morons tell you on CNBC or all these fake business network shorts. Don't listen to them. When a stock is a powerful stock and the market you want the market to drop, because if you're in these stocks, especially the Magnificent Seven stocks, and they don't get tested, you can get into trouble pretty quick, just like with the dot-com days. So what you're looking for is always look for those big down days. So when you go down 200, 300, or 500 points, which one of those stocks are not going down? That's relative strength. That's what you're looking for. And what you really need with a good stock is volume, volume, volume. It's all about relative strength and volume. When you got relative strength and great volume with a stock, you can't help to make money. And then combine that with my chart, the chart we designed, our Pro 2. What's the importance of that chart? Is to assist your chart. Is to give you confidence, because you can see if money's going into the stock you're ready to buy or not. Check it out. It's free for 10 days. I'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. As the new year approaches, make a resolution to challenge yourself to become the best investor you can be. Phil Grande can take your trading to a whole new level. Innovative stock market investing tools and the experience of over 50 years combined to give you the edge in controlling your financial future. As a Phil's Gang member, you're taught the essential strategies of investing using stock charts, training videos, and seminars. It's information Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. If you invest in the stock market, take a moment for this important advice.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You've got to stop listening to the fake business news networks, because they tell you what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear.
Phil Grande guides you step by step on investing.
You're going to know exactly what the tone of the market is. Do I sell? Do I not sell? Do I buy?
All you need to know is philsgang.com.
Check it out, philsgang.com, philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Did you know that the government, if we didn't have the government, I mean, this is how upside down we are. The government, they're providing about 70% of the jobs between the federal government, your state, your city, your county. It's all government jobs. Our whole country is because we hire people to work for a government that's too big. We have a huge government. What the hell are we doing with a government that we built the government so big that 70% of our labor market works for the government? And about 30% for private? That means that you and I are paying a hidden tax. So the next time you hear Biden saying you are not going to anyone...
Let me be clear. In my administration, no one earning less than $400,000 a year will see their taxes go up a single solitary.
That's a lie. Because when you take state, city, county, federal, you and I are paying for all those workers out of our taxes. When they take taxes out of our pay and so forth, we're paying for them. That's ridiculous. But they won't cut the size of government. That's the problem. They won't cut the size of government because they want power. They want power. It's unbelievable. And we got to pay for all this. And that is another reason why gasoline is still up about 40%, and groceries 25%, electricity 32%. Why do you think they're up, those prices like that? Well, there's one reason alone. We got too many people working for government and not enough people who will go work in the private sector. Crazy. You know, the one thing we do with our members, we also get them to understand when they're trading stocks, to understand how the bond market works. The reason why 80% of people lose money in the stock market Not only because, one, they only buy stocks, they never learn to short. I don't know how anybody thinks that they can make money in a stock market when it's proven over and over and over for 225 years. You can't make money just buying stocks. Nobody's that good. Stocks go down. In spite of what you're hearing today, you're hearing the 4 most dangerous words in a trader's vocabulary. 4 dangerous words. It is different this time. It's different this time. That's dangerous. It's not different. It's worse this time. Yeah, it is different. You're right. Correct me. It is different. It's worse this time. Because this time we have, here, I'll give them to you. This time we have nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. That's the stock market. And everybody's in those stocks. They're all riding the same horse. So now that NVIDIA is breaking down, and people are in NVIDIA today buying NVIDIA. I can't believe it. They're buying it today. Now, I told my members, okay, remember, we took a lot of our profits. We caught that beautiful rally. Then I said to them on June 25th, I said, let's buy a little bit more. Let's go back in and buy some more NVIDIA. Not a lot, because you're going to get every tourist trader jumping in and buying on this dip. So we'll catch it. We'll make some money off of them. So yes, we did buy. Remember, we bought on May 9th. We bought again on, I think it was May 15th, NVIDIA. We took big profits, a lot of our profits, on June 20th. And then when we took those profits and the market's pulling back, because remember, it had a reverse candlestick. And then on June 25th, I said, let's start buying some more, because you're going to get tourists to come in and buy these stocks that are going to go up. And then we'll turn around, short them, and when they go back down. So you got NVIDIA. Now you got Tesla. This is the whole stock market. Now, Tesla, we got into, so if you look at NVIDIA, the profit we made in NVIDIA, about, what did we say, about 40, 50%. Tesla, look at the money we made in Tesla, my God. About 20% in Tesla, still going up today. Look at the money we made in Apple. We got into Apple. Our Pro 2 gave us the buy signal on May 10th. Also May 10th and May 13th. And we went from about $182 to $221. That's up another what? That's 20%. All these stocks are up 20%. But if you sit there thinking they're never going to come down again, you're out of your mind. You should get ready to short them. But look, as I tell my members, let's stay with these stocks as long as they're working. Let's stay with them. But you know what the real problem is? 99% of traders don't understand any of the signals that tell them, hey, you better start taking money out because it's going to turn and it's going to drop on you. How many people, other than us, my gang members, how many people on NVIDIA, okay, spotted that reverse candlestick on March 8th, which drove NVIDIA down 22%? Took NVIDIA down 22%. That reverse candlestick gave us a signal that sellers were coming. The institutions were pulling their money out, and it went down 22%. But everybody else was buying. As the stock was going down, they thought they were buying on a dip, losing money. How many people on June 20th, okay, and then sold into it, taking profits, especially on June 21? How many people really took their profits on NVIDIA because we had another reverse candlestick? If I could find a dozen people, that'd be a lot. So the point is, all you have to do to be a good trader, your defensive trader, is just understand the buy signals, understand the sell signals. And one of the biggest sell signals is the bond market. You got to know the bond market. In other words, when you have falling yields, that's telling you there's really a problem in the economy. Really, and then also, you got when you have the bond market, symbols TLT, if that bond goes down, interest rates go up and the dollar goes up. So if interest rates are going up, then what you're going to do is you'll be able to find out, okay, which stock should I be in because interest rates are going up. Isn't that cool? That's all you got to know. Which stock should I be in because interest rates are going up? So again, on TLT, that's the bond market. When you see TLT drop, go down, that means interest rates are going up. So you find out, okay, and I'll do it for you right now, which stocks like high interest rates. And when you look, it'll tell you, I'll pull them up for you right here. Okay. When you have, let me get them here. When you have a strong, let's take a strong, when yields go up or a strong dollar, okay? High yields or a strong dollar, when you see yields going up, or the bond yield going up, you want to be in the financials. You want to be in the banking sector. That's where you want to be, okay? And remember, the dollar and the yield go together. So if you see the dollar and the yield going up, you want to be in bank stocks. If you see the dollar and the yield going down, you want to take your money out of the bank stocks and you want to be in the tech stocks. So again, the nice thing about knowing the bond market, you know what stocks to be in, what sectors to be in. For example, banks, insurance, brokerage companies, they like high yields. But consumer discretionary, like technology, utilities, consumers, staples, they like low yields. See, this is the education that you should have before you start investing in the market. Few people have that education. That's why so many people lose money.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.